Hi, I'm DeAndre. Welcome to another episode of Talking Shit. It's February the 24th, 2016. I'm DeAndre. Donald Trump won last night the Nevada runoff for the Republicans in their preliminary election situation. These caucuses and sort of the sort of get started party for the actual election coming up in November. I wanted to go quickly to a story that was sent to me by one of our producers, producer of the our little network of my counterpart. JP sent me an Instagram in regards to Robert Lee Hardy. It says, "I need your help, Instagram family. My brother was brutally attacked by a Baltimore police officer, city police officer, at Power Plant Live. After choking my brother and slamming him to the ground, the officer forced my brother's arm up his back with so much force, breaking his humerus, the big bone, made a hairline fracture, not a hairline fracture, but a very complex fracture which requires surgery. My brother now has a plate and screws in his arm. He may never be able to do his job again because of the minimum lifting requirements. He wasn't charged with anything. 2 days later, the police returned to the hospital to interrogate his brother while under heavy medication and tell him that upon discharge, he will have a police escort and will now be charged with assault on an officer. On top of, he has been shackled to his bed, his cell phone taken away, and his visitation from family and friends, including mother and father, have been suspended. Please share this." I just got the Instagram. The Instagram is right here. You can go there now. Let me get it up on the camera if you can see it. There it is. That's the Instagram address up there in the top. It's hard to see it. I'll just tell you, I'll write it in the little bio area here on this video, but it's Robert Lee Hardy. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that. The instant justice of the police departments all over the country, sort of a police state connected to the kind of mentality that Donald Trump provides. The FBI is pursuing Apple, the corporation, to unlock and disregard certain constitutional rights in regards to privacy to gain access to the former killer and murderer in the San Bernardino shootings. And the IRS and the Justice Department claiming that they need access to these phones. And they want to have Apple write a code to break the security password. So we have a force of power, a force of brutality here on Robert Lee. I don't know if it's Robert Lee Hardy's brother or if it's Robert Lee himself, the way the Instagram is written. But clearly you can see the implication of police brutality once again. And we always have to preface this because people think that we're ignorant when we say it. Or when we have a complaint that all police are not bad, but the overall mentality and ideology of a police state or a military state or an occupied territory type mentality is to break people's arms and bones and stuff and have no real accountability for anything. Please support this man. Please go to the Instagram, Robert Lee Hardy, and find out more information. I plan on doing that. This is bullshit. This is really bad. And please don't tell me it ain't got nothing to do with race. Don't tell this black face it don't have nothing to do with race. Do not be a brown citizen. Do not be an Asian citizen. Do not be a Hispanic citizen or a black citizen or someone who is a Muslim or someone who practices Islam. Or don't sit here and tell me that it has nothing to do with being a woman or a young person. Don't sit here and tell me that discrimination does not take place in this nation. Don't tell me that prejudices and violence don't exist and groups of people are being targeted. Don't tell me that the black man, the black citizen, the black person has an equal opportunity for nothing other than violence and harassment. Don't sit here and tell me that it doesn't exist, Donald Trump. Don't sit here and tell me that it doesn't exist. You know, don't sit here and tell me that the birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan does not have an overall plan for anybody that's not a white man. The Constitution was written by former slave owners, and we've sort of used the spirit and love and change and forgiveness to really take on certain aspects of the Constitution. But don't sit here and tell me that Robert Lee Hardy, his injuries were he did this and he did that. There is just files and files. They just did a study here in California where there's been over 2,000 deaths in the last 10 years by police officers in Southern California alone. And nobody is tracking this information. The other times people had to search and research and nobody keeps up with it. 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 It doesn't matter. See, it doesn't matter because it's a shatter of truth when you raise the roof on the bullshit. See, you raise the roof on it, and it's crap. And they beat this man and broke his fucking arm, and now he needs surgery, and he can't work and stuff. You're gonna tell somebody go get a job. Making room for the bullshit and not accepting the truth about violence and police brutality. It's ridiculous. Go to the man's Instagram, Robert Lee Hardy. It sounds just like it's spelled. And fuck Fox News, shit.